The question is, what is the approximate instantaneous rate of change of the function f of t is the integral from 0 to 8t cosine x dx. So when I looked at this problem, I thought of this integral right here, and I know that after I integrate it, I'm going to have some function of t. And after I have that function of t over here, remember, there's just going to be t in this equation. We'll be able to take the derivative with respect to time of this expression, and that will give us the rate of change, and we will evaluate that at t is equal to pi over 7. So here we go. Let's see how much of that I can delete. I'm no Sal Khan, but I know I can do this problem. So what is the antiderivative of cosine? The antiderivative of cosine is negative sine of x. And we want to evaluate that at 8t. Use a smaller pen here. And subtract evaluation at 0. So this is negative sine of 8t minus negative sine of 0. Now the first thing to see is that the sine of 0 is 0, so what we like to do at this point is we like to dramatically cross out this term just like that. So we're just left with negative sine of 8t. Oops. Let's try green. So we have our new function of time, or our f of t is now is negative sine of 8t. Now we need to take, like I said over here, we need to take the derivative with respect to time, and we have dt of f of t is equal to, let's take the derivative of this, derivative with respect to t of negative sine 8t. We're going to use the chain rule here. The derivative of the entire function is negative cosine. The derivative of sine is cosine, so the derivative of negative sine is negative cosine of 8t times the derivative of what's inside. That's usually how we talk about the chain rule. And the derivative of 8t with respect to t is just 8. And the next step is to evaluate this, as I said before, at t equals pi over 7. Pi over 7. So let's evaluate this at pi over 7. We have negative cosine of 8/7 pi. That's just me taking pi over 7 and putting it in for t. And this times 8. So I'm going to pause so I can go to my calculator. So I went to my calculator, and the cosine of 8/7 pi is 0.9, and that kind of makes sense, that if you were to go an entire pi plus a little bit more, you'd have this angle that's close, very close to this axis right here, right? And this would be a positive, on the unit circle, this would be a positive 1 distance, and this distance would be close to 1. I'm sorry, if this distance is 1, this adjacent side is a little bit less than 1, and cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so it makes sense that it's going to be close to 1. Okay, so we have negative 0.9 times 8, which is negative 7.2. 2. So the right answer is B. Hope that was helpful. Good luck.